Most people visit Slovakia and never actually leave Bratislava. You know, a day trip from Vienna, walk around the old town, tick it off the list. And to be honest, I did the same. I lived here for months before actually seeing Slovakia. As beautiful as Bratislava is, it's probably the least Slovak place in the country. So first off, let's touch on some of the reasons why I think people do not see more of Slovakia. I think part of it is a comfort trap. And I mean, I get it. Leaving a capital city of a new country and exploring other areas is quite scary. It's certainly getting out of your comfort zone because you really don't know what to expect. At least in a capital city or bigger cities, you know it's going to be multicultural. It's highly likely there'll be other people in a similar position to you. And naturally, when you are exploring other places, smaller places, well, chances are you're probably not going to find so many people in a similar position. Other tourists, for example. Whilst I think that could be true, it also opens the door to exciting new experiences that could happen, which I'll touch on more shortly. And with this getting out of the comfort zone, well, people are worried that smaller places in Slovakia, that they won't speak English. So let me dispel that myth right away. Most of Slovakia and the majority of people in Slovakia will speak English, especially people who's maybe 40 and below. Although, don't get me wrong, sometimes there has been instances where I've struggled, but people tend to be really helpful and you will find a way to make it work, to explain what you're trying to get across, and the same for the person serving you at a restaurant, for instance. And one thing to mention though, the further east you go, and the smaller of towns you tend to go, then it does tend to be less English, but I've always been able to get by okay. So I'm sure you will be fine as well. The next thing is maybe you're worried about costs. Let me tell you, costs outside of Bratislava tend to be cheaper. Of course, maybe if you go to the High Tatras, the mountains, it could be a little bit more expensive. But in general in Slovakia, it is quite reasonable in comparison to nearby countries and Vienna or Budapest, for example. But none of that is why I stayed. That reason, I found where most tourists never go. Recently, I've been on a road trip around Slovakia, and I decided to go hiking. Now, I was definitely ill prepared for this hike, and I decided to go for Dumbia, okay, which is the highest point of the Low Tatras mountain range. And I was definitely ill prepared, for sure. I did not expect so much snow still up there, but yeah, it was filled with snow. I was managing to almost get to the point where there's a chalet where you can get food and drinks and different things. And well, I got to the point where it was super, super steep. Literally, it just felt like I was going straight up. and this gentleman, Miro, he stopped. He saw me struggling, and he decided to stop and assist me. So I had no walking sticks. I didn't have like spikes on my shoes or anything like this. I had some grip, so I wasn't completely useless. But he decided to help me. He stopped. He offered me his walking sticks, and he joined me the rest of the way. We ended up getting a drink at the chalet, and and then we decided to carry on going. And I spent basically the whole day with Miro, lovely man, and this just shows you what a unique experience and memory I have, just because I thought, you know what, I'm going to go on a road trip. You know what, I'm going to go for a hike, ill prepared. And then I was going on my own, and I happened to meet someone there, and I had a really good time. And he was a really, really nice man who helped me out. And I still keep in touch with him. Hopefully we're going to go for another hike soon. And this time I'm going to be more prepared, okay? You might not have to help me as much this time. But this just shows you unlock unique experiences when you go out of your comfort zone, when you see more of a country. And you get to see how friendly locals are. You get to experience a bit more of the culture. And here's another bit of this story as well. When we were looking to then go from the chalet to continue to the highest point, the owner of the chalet, he offered me his walking sticks to continue the rest of the way. because it's likely we both need walking sticks to be able to continue on. And that just shows you how friendly people are. And then on the way back down, I dropped off the walking sticks to him. But this is just testament to life in Slovakia and the memories you can make when you go out of your comfort zone, when you don't just see the capital city and call it a day. And the thing is, if you do see more of the country, then you will get to really experience the true culture of Slovakia. Because let's face it, when you are visiting countries and you just focus on the capital city, you're not really going to see that much of the culture. Because ultimately, capital cities are a bit more diluted in terms of the nation's culture. Because ultimately, you want to attract tourists, and it's more about that immersion of different cultures. So if you take yourself out of the capital city and see other cities or towns, then you're going to truly experience that country. You'll get to see authentic Slovakia. And let me tell you, you won't regret seeing it. With that said though, let me do a quick fire of a few places that I absolutely recommend for you to visit when you plan your Slovakia trip. For instance, you have Trnava, which is a beautiful historic city that's approximately 40 minutes from Bratislava. You also have Trenčín, which is another historic, beautiful city where you have a castle overlooking the old town and the main city. And this is approximately an hour and a half from Bratislava. Of course, you have the High Tatras and Low Tatras mountain ranges, where you can do plenty of hiking, you can see beautiful nature, beautiful lakes, and you can really enjoy yourself here. Of course, there's other national parks like Slovak Paradise, but there's also beautiful cities like Banská Štiavnica, which is absolutely stunning, and it has a lot of history. It's home to the world's largest love poem. There's also Bojanice Castle, which is well worth visiting, as it's like a Disney castle. You also have beautiful cities like Košice, which is the second largest city in Slovakia, and you have Bardejov as well, which is another beautiful city located to the northwest of Slovakia. And this city might be quite far to get to from Bratislava, but again, it's well worth it, and it's a UNESCO heritage site. So let me tell you, you're really going to have more natural and unique experiences if you take yourself out of Bratislava, and you'll truly see what Slovakia has to offer, but also the kindness and what the people are like in Slovakia. Because Slovaks are incredibly hospitable, and they will truly appreciate you seeing more than just Bratislava. I've noticed it myself when I've been in other areas of Slovakia, and I've been speaking in Slovak with my limited Slovak, that is, and how they're so appreciative and they're thankful and think, wow, it's really great that you're seeing more of the country. And that I've heard from Slovaks that they wish more people would see more of Slovakia because there's so much more to see. So here's the thing. This isn't just about Slovakia. It's about how we travel in general. You know, we visit the capital, walk around Old Town, we take some photos, and we move on. Country completed, ticked off the list. But the thing is, a capital city is never the full story. It's a shop window to that country. It's a taste of it. And the real country is what's behind that. That's coming from someone who it took time to learn that lesson, but now I'm glad because it doesn't just shape how I look at Slovakia. It's how I look at travel and exploring new countries in general. Because the difference between visiting a country and really exploring and knowing it, it's all about venturing a little bit outside your comfort zone and maybe being a little bit uncomfortable. So if you want to see what Slovakia looks like beyond just Bratislava, I will be driving the whole country from Bratislava to Košice and back again. So if you want to see that full road trip series, then be sure to stick around, be sure to subscribe, as it will be coming up soon. But I'll be leaving it in the description of this video once it's live as well. But for now though, have you just visited capital cities and called it a day? And was Bratislava on that list? Let me know down below. Or have you ventured further outside of your comfort zone, moving out of capital cities? Let me know your experiences and your stories down below. I'd love to see what you have to say. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. And with that said, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.